Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Saturday, January 25th, 2020. One of the big stories in the world of sports today is LeBron James is set to pass Kobe Bryant for third all time in scoring in NBA history. And right on script, LeBron's set to do this in Philadelphia, which is Kobe Bryant's hometown, the son of Joe Jellybean Bryant, who played a lot of years in the NBA in Philadelphia. And if you've been following me for any period of time, I've shown you how Michael Jordan's last game was played in Philadelphia, perfectly synced up with Kobe Bryant's retirement. We'll revisit that. And so many other rituals done around Kobe and LeBron over the years. Again, to see through these rituals, even past the surface level obvious talking point about this being done in Philadelphia, to really see through these rituals and how well scripted they are, you have to understand the language of Gematria, the Jewish practice of coding numbers into words. This is the code that the NBA and the rest of the world of American sports are scripted by. So let's get into this. We'll come back and revisit the Michael Jordan piece. We'll also talk about the death of Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins just before the season began, where Kobe retired. They were both Philadelphia stars. But tonight's game, Lakers at Philly. LeBron needs 18 points to pass Kobe Bryant because Philadelphia equals 61, the 18th prime. But just think about this. There are 82 games in a basketball season. And if you want to know why there's 82 games, again, Gematria is the answer to all things when it comes to sports. If you type in game with the reverse alphabetic order, game is 82. All of these numbers are significant. We're going to be talking about 26 in this post and also 82, but 82 games in an NBA season. And look at pro basketball. Pro basketball also equals 82. Special numbers. Again, you look at Gematria, you start to understand why there's the number of games there is in a baseball season, in a football season. Baseball equals 162 with the reverse alphabetic order. Major League Baseball, 162. You know, in football, it's all about the vesica piscis. That's the shape of the football in sacred geometry. Vesica piscis is 53, the 16th prime, a 16-game season. And think about it, 53-man roster, 53-yard wide field. Somebody's saying, well, what about when it used to be a 14-game season? Football, 43, the 14th prime. Somebody's saying, well, what about when baseball was a 154-game season back in the day? Doubleday 154. Abner Doubleday, the American Freemason that baseball's credited to. Go back to June 3rd, 2017. June 3rd is the 154th day of the year. A record amount of grand slams hit in Major League Baseball. And again, I could tell you things about all of these ciphers, but you need to know all four. Alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. You need to know all four to see through the rituals fully. So anyway, coming back to how the NBA has an 82-game season. The Lakers and Philly, they're opposite conferences. They only play each other twice a year. So there's a 2 in 82 chance or a 1 in 41 chance of LeBron facing Philly to pass Kobe Bryant's record. Very small odds. Less than 2.5% odds. You know, imagine if I stuck out 41 cards and I said pick one and you had to nail the right one. Very slim chances. Yet, if you pay attention to sports, this stuff happens all the time. You know, just in the past NFL season, the Saints play the Colts once every 4 years. Out of 64 games, they'll play the Colts once. This year, you had the Colts and Saints on primetime, and then Drew Brees passes Peyton Manning's record. Peyton Manning, who played the majority of his career for the Colts, on primetime. And of course, Peyton's father was Archie Manning, who played for the Saints, just like how when the Saints won their first and only Super Bowl, they defeated Archie Manning's son, Peyton Manning, who was clearly lofting interceptions into the secondary to put the game away. Oh my goodness. Anyway, slim odds, perfect rituals. It's because, just like the announcers are always blurting out, you couldn't have scripted it any better. So Kobe Bryant's 41 years old right now, and we'll get back to the significance of him being 41. But from his birthday to today's game is his 156th day of his age, and Philadelphia's 76ers equals 156. So LeBron playing, the team that Kobe grew up cheering for, to pass his record. And from LeBron's birthday to today is 26 days. Today's January 25th. 1 plus 25, 26. Remember, Game's 26. Bryant's 26. Jordan's 26. And we're going to revisit how these men who had two very similar careers retired in a perfect ritual apart from each other by 13 seasons. Philadelphia is 101, and LeBron's full name, LeBron Raymond James, is 101. 101 is the 26th prime number. You might recall a couple NFL seasons ago, Donald Trump took on the NFL protesters on September 23rd, 23/9, like how the flag was sewn in Philadelphia, 239 Arch Street. 239 is the 52nd prime. It was the year of Super Bowl 52. The Eagles went on to beat the Patriots. I told people right after that, that's what the Super Bowl would be, Patriots and Eagles. And I said, watch the Eagles start 10-1 this season. And of course they did. Philadelphia 101. These are big rituals. 101 is the 26th prime. Flag also equals 26. Philly's the home of the flag. If you haven't read my book, the first chapter is about the significance of 26. Why there's 26 letters in the English alphabet. God sums to 26 in English and in Hebrew. It's the God number. And the game is God for a lot of people in modern times. People like Bryant and Jordan, a lot of fans worshiping them truly. So, the other thing about today, January 25th, it can be written 25/1 like 251, the 54th prime. Kobe Bryant's full name is Kobe Bean Bryant, 54. And remember, we just saw a ritual like this in the college football championship. It was played in New Orleans, which equals 54, on a 54 date numerology, 54 days after Dabo Swinney's birthday, the coach of Clemson. And Trevor Lawrence, the QB for Clemson, lost his first game as a starter, becoming 25-1, like 251, the 54th prime. And now Joe Burrow, not to be confused with the Joe Montana Bowl, the Super Bowl's 54 days after his birthday, and Joe Montana's 54. Joe Montana's Niners playing the Chiefs. Today's date, it also has 66 numerology. LeBron James is 66. LeBron's 66. King is 66. Remember a few years ago when LeBron was down 3-1 and you could get nearly 40-1 odds for LeBron to come back and win the finals against the Warriors? And I told people, go for it. We've said all year the Cavs are going to win on the real King James's birthday, June 19th. Now they have to win on the real King James's birthday. They're down 3-1. And sure enough, LeBron came back and won on the real King James's birthday. The King. The Warriors went down with 89 points. King James equals 89. Go back and check the box score. Couldn't have scripted it any better. And keep in mind, King James has a Bible named after him. Philadelphia is a biblical city named in Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Number of the beast equals 66. A few years ago, they reported that LeBron was the first player to go to 6 straight finals since 1966, 666, when Bill Russell did it. Again, 666 is taught about in the 66th book of the Bible, Revelation, where Philadelphia is named. So with regards to Kobe being 41 years old, Kobe Bryant's 41, King is 41, LA's 41, and of course, LeBron's playing in LA where Kobe played. Here's the all-time scoring leaders, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the top, then Karl Malone, then Kobe, then LeBron. And notice how they're in the 33,000 K range at the time of this passing, and they're in, Kobe's in third with 33,000 some points. Kobe's 33, LeBron's 33, James is 33. Cleveland's 33 as well, who LeBron played the majority of his career for. And remember, when the Cavs came back from down 3-1. They were the 33rd NBA team to be in that situation in playoff history, and the first to come back from 3-1. NBA Finals also equals 33. When Michael Jordan's dad died after the finals, it was a 33 ritual. Okay, so just to go back and revisit some other things from recent times, and realize there's a whole lot more of this on my blog, but this is one of my favorite examples. The retirement, or Michael Jordan's last game. He was playing for the Wizards. He played his last game in Philly. They lost 107-87. And Kobe's last game was against the Utah Jazz. Notice the Lakers scored 101 in that game. Philadelphia number. Kobe's home. But check this out right here. When I made this post, it was before the Gematria calculator was built. So, Michael's last game, his last career game, was April 16th, 2003. And Kobe's last game was April 13th, 2016. That was exactly 678 weeks later. 678. And look at this. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Utah Jazz. Kobe Bryant's retirement poem that year was called Dear Basketball. With the alphabetic order, they all sum to 113. And remember, the National Basketball Association equals 113 as well. But there's a cipher where you multiply the alphabetic order times 6. So 113 times 6 is 678, right? So Kobe and Michael retire exactly 678 weeks apart. Kobe plays his last game against the Utah Jazz, which was symbolic because Moses Malone was drafted in the NBA out of high school like Kobe to the Utah Stars, and then ended up playing much of his career in Philadelphia. And you might recall Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins dropped dead days apart just at the start of that NBA season, just before it got underway. And Moses Malone died at age 60. Kobe scored 60 in his last game. The N-word equals 60. Daryl Dawkins scored 58. Daryl Dawkins died at age 58 right after Kobe. And look at this. Kobe Bryant, we talked about the 41 and the 113. 157's the 37th prime. Los Angeles is 37. But he also has that 58 in his name. Kobe Bryant's 58, so is Los Angeles Lakers. And remember, that's a big one. Freemasonry 58, Secret Society 58, Rosicrucian 58, King James, the real King James, dropped dead at age 58. So anyway, when they did Kobe's big retirement ceremony, it had everything to do with 58. But Daryl Dawkins drops dead at 58. Moses Malone drops dead at age 60. And that's combined 118 years of age. And keep in mind, Los Angeles, California is on the 118th meridian, and it equals 118. And, it burned on November 8th, 2018. Deadliest wildfire in state history. The other place that burned was Paradise, California, another 118. Anyway, there's a reason for all of these rituals. Daryl Dawkins, Moses Malone were offed by the code for Kobe's final symbolic season. Now, about this 678 thing, the other big ritual that went down that day, you might recall that ESPN had 2 NBA games going to conclude the season. They had Kobe Bryant's last game against Utah, where they were even all game keeping up a Kobe Bryant total shot counter in the corner. Kobe put up 50 shots that game. Utah equals 50. But then on ESPN2, they had the Warriors playing as well, going for an NBA season record, 73 wins, with Steph Curry born on the 73rd day of the year, whose father, Del Curry, played Michael Jordan in Michael Jordan's 73rd game of the season, the year the Bulls set the win record at 72. And in that game, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they set an NBA record with 678 combined three-pointers for a season. 2 teammates hitting 678 threes. Like Michael Jordan equals 678, like Kobe Bryant 678, like how they retired 678 weeks apart. And remember, the Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. They won the first professional basketball championship, the Philadelphia Warriors. There's that Bay Area Philly connection. The Athletics are from Philly. A lot of coaches go between Philly and the Bay. So anyway, 678 again. And don't forget that Kobe's dad, Joe Jellybean Bryant, was drafted by the Warriors and then later played for the 76ers. So it was all this perfect ritual. And I'd been saying prior to this happening just how everything about sports is a perfect script, it's a perfect story in numbers, and they're using technology to ensure outcomes. And we've proven that so many times since with the evidence that has been revealed. So, by the way, April 16th, the day that Kobe retired. Or no, excuse me. That's the day Jordan retired, April 16th. That's the 106th day of the year. Oracle Arena is 106 feet tall. That's the prophecy number. Revelation is a book of prophecy, which mentions Philadelphia. And I'm getting rusty here. Is it? There's some 106 connection with, I forget what it is. There's some other 106 connection with the Warriors. It's okay. Yeah, and here, just to go back and revisit the Moses Malone. Again, Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins died days apart. Again, Moses Malone was drafted by Utah. Kobe played his last game against Utah. They were both drafted out of high school. So Moses Malone dead at 60. Kobe scores 60 in farewell against Moses Malone's old Utah team. And from the death of Moses Malone, September 13th, to Kobe's last game was 213 days later. And remember, LA's the 213 area code. The N-word has the 60 Gematria. Racism has the 213 Gematria. You might recall a couple years ago, LeBron James' house was supposedly spray painted with the N-word in LA. And that story came just before LeBron James played his 213th playoff game. His next playoff game after that story happened was his 213th playoff game, and it was the first game of the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals is 213, and look at LeBron James's name. LeBron James has that 42 in it, just like the N-word is 42 and 60 like we were talking about. So, these are sick jokes, and yeah, you can go back and go through my blog. There's so much information on my blog, you guys. There's nearly 30,000 posts. A lot of them are sports related. And when Kobe retired, Joe Bryant had been drafted 41 years earlier. And by the way, Golden State equals 41. Again, Joe Jellybean was drafted by the Warriors. And then his son, Kobe Bryant, retires 41 years later. So, all perfect. And look how he came out of the game with 4.1 seconds left. I remember that now, man. You'll notice if you recognize Gematria, you'll see how the clock is perfectly set to stop right on tenths of a second for rituals. Again, for people who are new, they might find that unbelievable, but again, you learn the knowledge and you just watch game after game, you'll be like, oh my God, they're doing this. And they are, and they have been. Here we are talking about 41 again. That's Kobe's parting moment. Coming off the court with 4.1 left. So, all right, we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. GematriaEffect.news is where I'm posting now. Free to find truth. That is my old blog. Till next time.